can stop draining now. Oh boy.
Look how much water's coming out, y'all.
So I have to say, is there really a such thing as shoulder season? Have all of these gurus or whatever said, you know, if you want to visit the national parks, you need to go to shoulder seasons.
Precious Princess here is perfectly level.
We gonna go see some hoodoos, y'all. Matthew's got another project. The stereo just, oh, cool.
Don't.
All right, y'all, Matthew's fixing to go deep into the abyss.
Well, right now we're at, I guess, DEFCON 12 or something because it's an emergency.
Hey, you guys! All right, y'all, today is tear down day of what you can, you know, tear down because tomorrow we're leaving. So what Matthew is going to do, he's going to take our table down. He's already got the Blackstone grease tray or trap, whatever, cleaned out, and he's going to take the Blackstone down. Once everything's off the rug, he's going to put the chairs up, then he'll put the rug up, and then he'll put our power cord up, and we only have that out for when we need the generator. And there's Starlink up there. He is going to take Starlink down today because it gets really cold here at night and there's frost on the ground, and he doesn't want to have to get on the roof when there's frost on the roof because that's all slippery and dangerous. So yeah, because we want to try to leave at 8 or so in the morning. All right, y'all, on the inside of the RV, we have to, the night before, Matthew likes to take the desk down. But before we take the desk down, we have to print out our very important checklist. So I'm going to get the printer out, which I'll show you where we keep the printer. This is our bench by our dinette. Open it up. So there is our printer. So I'm going to get the printer out and take it over there to Matthew's computer, which this is Matthew's computer. Okay, y'all, so this is our checklist that we printed out. So I'm just going to take my little notes that I had on the last week's checklist and put it on here so we remember to do these things because these are important. Anything that's important, I do a sticky note, and foam in the dryer and foam on our low point drains, and our fresh water drain is very important to take off because you don't want that flying off going down the road. All right, y'all, Matthew volunteered to put the printer back up, but I'm going to tell you the process of the desk. So we're going to put our laptops up and all the accessories, the keyboards and everything like that, and then Matthew's going to put the monitors down on pillows. We're going to put the books up, and then he's going to strap all this in. You really need that many jumper cables, mister?
They're not jumper cables.
Why do I call them jumper cables? Who else calls, what are they called again?
Bungee cords.
Who else calls bungee cords jumper cables? Matthew gets on to me all the time about me mispronouncing stuff or calling something by the wrong name. I know I'm not the only one, y'all. Join in the fun in the comments below. Don't be shy. Let me know if you're like me and you call stuff by the wrong name. I'm pretty sure Matthew does too. I'll catch him on it, and maybe I'll film it, and I'll tell y'all what he calls by the wrong name. So anyways, you're separating them so we each get the same amount of these bungee cords for my desk, and then you get the same amount for your desk, right?
Yeah, and I do use almost all of them. So as much as you think it's a pain in the neck system, it's kept everything safe.
Tell the peeps, how did you come up with this system? Like, how did you think to do all this?
We went to Harbor Freight and bought a big container of like a multi-pack of bungee cords, and I just played Tetris with it until it made sense. Honestly, that's what I did. There was no engineering here. I just trial and error.
He goes under there and loopsy loops. He goes under that bottom part of the desk, hooks in like that, and then he straps in. Now y'all, I had to learn how to do this when he was injured. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we can link that video below, but I had to do all of the stuff that he did because he was not able to.
And now I do this mess on the other side. I'm not an engineer, I just play one on TV.
All right, y'all, here's the desk y'all saw Matthew do, which is my desk. And then there's his desk. He did the exact same thing. Let me zoom in so y'all can see. Strapped up under the desk, strapped under the desk there. So these monitors, I'll show you, they're strapped in. Pretty good. And the speaker's obviously going to go on the ground. So the next step is what? Putting the chairs and strapping them in?
Yep, we'll show you.
All right, he hooks that to the side of the desk right there, and it goes all the way around the chair and hooks into the chair there. And where does that one strap in?
On the bottom. On the bottom.
On the bottom, on the side of the desk. And then he's going to do the same thing on that side, and then I'll show you the end result of how it does not move. Oh, I'll show you now. I know you're doing that now. Alright, so he straps it at the top there, straps it at the bottom there, and then he pushes it in as far back as it goes towards the window.
That's the most important part, because if you don't push it back, it's going to bounce.
And then you're like, well, what prevents it from bouncing out? Have y'all seen our conga line? Several of our videos, we've shown you our conga line. It starts right here with the Blackstone. We have an exercise mat, an ice maker, and a dirty clothes hamper. Alright, y'all, we are headed out of the Bryce Canyon National Park area. I'm kind of sad because we only got to stay a week. Literally, there is so much to do here, and we didn't even touch the national park.
Y'all, it's an amazing area. There's a reason they made this a national park, but it doesn't stop right at the border. So the what is it, Red Rock Canyon or something?
I think it's just Red Canyon, or it might be
Red Canyon?
We'll type it.
Red something. Anyways, explore that. It's by the two arches. So when you drive under the arches, it's by there. So I just wish we had more time. There's so many roads around here that we want to travel down, but we don't have time. And we got to use the diesel to get to where we're going.
And one other thing, we always thought like Quartzsite in the desert had the amazing sunrises and sunsets, which they are.
They do.
But Bryce Canyon, every morning the sun rises were gorgeous and the sunsets just make the sky pink. It was just so pretty here.
It really was. And for the life of me, I don't quite understand why it's different from place to place, but it is. So,
all right, you ready to go?
I'm ready. We have to go. Let's get it.
There's no doubts and no regret. Happy before we get it. Another day to do it all again. Oh, throwing open all the curtains wide. Oh, not gonna miss a thing. Oh, nothing's promised to you in this life, but it's there for us to take. So live well before we break.
Alright, y'all, the moment you've been waiting for. I present to you a parking lot. This is our boondocking spot between Kanab and Page, Arizona. Look at that view over there, y'all. The cliffs. That's what I'm gonna call them anyways, but we all had to fit here in this parking lot. There wasn't much boondocking to find here. Then there's two more people on this side of us. And as y'all saw when we came in, the parking lot is not that level, so this side is up higher than the other side. We got the truck parked on this side. And behind us are your typical, I don't know, I call them like, sage bushes. That's what they are. And we've got like a hill behind us that we saw some horses walking around the other day. Good morning, y'all.
Morning, and it is cold.
It is cold. It's a Saturday morning, and we're at a very popular hike. So we're hoping that it's cloudy today. We're at a hike called Toadstool. Is it Hoodoo?
I'm not. Toadstool Hoodoo's Trail.
We're gonna go see some hoodoos, y'all.
And if you know what that is, put it in the comments, because I don't have any idea at all.
Are we stay in the wash or we go up here? I think we stay in the wash.
Yeah, let me look.
According to the footprints.
I don't go by footprints, I go by all trails. Stop.
Everybody together, collaborate and listen.
All right, we can follow this.
Right? What song is that from? Or is it really a song?
I don't know.
Am I giving too much away? This is very cool. All right, how am I getting up this? Oh.
Use the feet God gave you.
He's a little sassy this morning.
Well, I mean, that is the answer.
If you want a sassy Matthew, take him on a hike in the morning.
It's cold. I mean, it's in the 40s.
All right, y'all, we're on the back side of this. Here's some of the hoodoos. Look how cool this is. Just the coloration and the rocks and stuff. Look at that. That's amazing, y'all. There's more of the hoodoos. Wow, look at that rock. This is pretty amazing. Let's see, y'all. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's like something out of this world. All right, y'all, here's another hoodoo.
And let's go over to the left and show them that view.
Look at this view, y'all. Let me go up this way. God's beauty is just amazing.
Yep, this is all natural.
Just a breathtaking view, y'all. All right, y'all, watch your step. Ooh,
You were saying?
I want to show y'all some more hoodoos. Look at all the hoodoos. Ah, so cool. I love it. This is freaking amazing.
Yep.
Not just amazing, but freaking amazing. All right, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a slow 360 right in the middle of the hoodoos, y'all. I love saying that name, hoodoos. There's a close-up of the hoodoo. And nobody is in this section with us right now. We're completely alone.
That is amazing.
On a Saturday morning. Pretty cool. Do y'all want to go see behind the hoodoo? What is in here, y'all? Does it keep going or does it end? It's like a little cave. Oh, look at that. Did you see that, Matthew?
Oh, wow.
All right, y'all. We had an amazing time here at the Toadstool Hoodoo Trail in the Grand Escalante staircase.
Yeah, and when you're here at the Toadstool Hoodoos, I would keep going. Take the trail. Don't just stop at the first wow moment that you see. Keep going because they're everywhere. I mean, they're literally everywhere.
We went to the bitter end, and you can walk most of this place, and they'll have signs because I've seen them where they don't want you to walk, but all back here you can walk, and I'll show you behind us.
And just let's do our best to preserve this place. So explore responsibly, and y'all know what that means.
And we appreciate y'all hanging with us and watching us and stuff. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment. We love engaging with y'all.
Yeah, we'd like to know what you think about all of this or your own ideas.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
What'd you have for breakfast?
All right, y'all, guess where we are? There is the bottom of the bridge.
So on the left is Glen Canyon Dam.
There is a sign, the Carl Hayden Visitor Center. Okay, so do you want to stop here and see?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Don't lose the camera.
Y'all, look. Y'all get to see without the fence. Isn't that cool? That's so awesome. Yeah, there's the visitor center over there. Try not to make you dizzy. Look how cool that is, y'all. Pretty awesome. All right, y'all, we're on the other side, but I'm gonna wait till there's a cutout so I can really show y'all.
Please hold on to the peeps.
Y'all, here we go. Look how amazing. fenced up there. How amazing this is. Alright, Matthew, so how do you feel being on this high up?
It's not too bad. I have my moments, but it's pretty good. They got a really good fence here and everything is nice and secure. It's not like we're on a tightrope or anything, so I feel pretty good about it. If you're afraid of heights, this has you in mind.
So if the fence gives you a sense of security for people with heights?
I think so. The only thing that makes me nervous is dropping the camera through those little portholes.
All right, peeps, over there is where you park for the visitor center. Where did we park? See all this parking? There we are! All by ourselves. Parallel parking too, because no one can park on either side.
Exactly. It may be dirty, but it's not damaged.
Alright, y'all, here's our generator. And from this position, it does not look like it is level, but is it level?
According to the level on my phone, it is. Now, we've had generators before that were never maybe this unlevel, but they worked just fine being on level. They didn't care. They weren't some little princess, you know, diva type operation here. This one, this precious little thing here, if it's a little bit unlevel, I mean, I've had it where it's nearly level and it still won't run.
Okay, we'll see if it cranks right up. But yeah, I was like, here's our RV right there, and I'd be working, I'll look out the window and he'll crank it and it'll run for like 2 seconds and then it stops, and then the red, where is it, indicator light says what, check oil. Yeah, the oil alert comes on. And he checks the oil, and the oil is full. It's very...
The oil is full. When you have it perfectly level, the oil is full. Now, I've had this thing to where it's mostly level. Because again, I have a bubble level on my thing. It's like a circle, so you know which way, left, right, up, down, whatever, you're level on my phone. So I've had it mostly level. And it'll run for a half a second, and then it'll say, no, I'm done. You're not level, I'm not level enough, I'm not happy. So...
All right, we'll see if it cranks.
Oh, choking. Oh. Like I said.
Is it not level?
Yeah, a little bit.
That is just crazy that if it's just a little not level, it throws a hissy fit, y'all. And this is Honda, supposed to be top of the line, and... Alright, Matthew, we're boondocking, and why are you washing clothes?
So this is not something, after we explained that this piece of junk stopped working, that you ever expected to see again, right? So our friend Rob, who is an electrical genius, he has never worked on one of these specific washing machines before. He's just really good at electronics. So he took the old board and took the new board, swapped them out, and it was not that easy. This thing appears to be working. So now we have our little green bucket. We can just test this and we can get rid of the water or reuse it for something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I have to do is shove this back in, put the hose back, and anchor it down.
And y'all, we had 2 of these green buckets, and we've had these Menard buckets since year 1. And Matthew uses these buckets. You probably recognize them with his 2 system washing system for washing the truck. Can you believe one of these buckets had a crack in the bottom? I mean, how did that even happen?
That drain pump works really well.
Alright, can stop draining now. Oh boy.
Look how much water's coming out, y'all.
That's why when you do laundry in an RV park, you want your gray tank opened, because it can easily overflow.
Y'all, it's a miracle. It says 1 minute left.
After an hour spin cycle.
Yeah, it's been on 2 minutes for maybe 20 or 30 minutes now at least. So Success! Yay, that's it. It made a whole cycle. It took for freaking ever, but it worked.
All right, y'all. The next time we will be in an RV park when we run it. We will run it with a full load detergent and everything, and we'll see if it still works after it goes bouncing down the road. All right, y'all. We are here at something called the Nautilus Trail or something like that. Just down the road from where we're boondocking, and look how cool that is, y'all. It looks like something out of this world, doesn't it, Matthew?
It does. It's really neat.
Get y'all a little closer so y'all can see the best part. I'm thinking, I won't tell you my opinion till y'all see it, and y'all tell us what you think, but I have something in mind when I see this. I'm trying to keep my shadow out of it. Look at that, y'all.
And we climbed up that.
Yeah. It reminds me of a seashell.
Oh, yeah.
The inside of a seashell, right, Matthew? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to slide, y'all, once I get to this part.
It's not like it just slid.
I just slid.
As you can see on the ground, it's sandy because this is sandstone. At least it feels like sandstone. She just said she'll have to dust her pants off because she's sliding down. Probably the easiest and safest way to go down. Oh wow, yeah, she's dirty.
Oh, that's like a slide for grown-ups.
So is that fun?
Yes. All right, y'all, I want y'all to picture this.
Uh-oh.
Matthew rolls down the window, hangs his
Yeah.
head out and goes, "Hey, you guys!" Isn't that from the movie Goonies?
I don't know, but I'm like, where is she going with this?
Frozen windshield wiper fluid.
Oh yeah, okay. So what happened is, it was early in the morning, and it was below freezing. Well, it was close to freezing. I don't know if it was below freezing outside. And the windshield was dirty. So I did the windshield washer fluid, and it came out just fine. It wasn't frozen, but then the wipers start going, and it freezes as soon as it hits the windshield. It's the strangest thing. Those of you people who are stuck up north, you know exactly what we're talking about. It's been a while for us, so we didn't.
But
And
there
we
was-
didn't have the de-icer.
But there was one more element, y'all, and that was the sun.
So you've got this ice sheet, and I'm not kidding, it turned to ice immediately. And then the sun is like looking into a star. It's just this big bright light. So I got my head hanging out the window driving, and she's hanging hers out the other side so she can help me see. And we were just going up to get water, right?
Yeah.
Or dump trash or do something at the contact station.
We were just gonna dump trash that day.
That's what it
and we
was.
were, because we were trying to get this done. It might have even been a work day. I don't know. We were trying to get this done before we worked, and you can, I don't know if y'all can see, but I gave y'all a site tour. We're around, yeah, we're in a parking lot, but we're surrounded by sagebrush and stuff, prickly stuff.
Sagebrush and you know,
bushes
big
and stuff.
they got the dirt piled up here and there, so you don't want to run into it. You don't want to scrape up the paint job on your truck. It's not, you know, it's important not to do that.
So, what movie was that from where Matthew's hanging out? Hey, you guys.
I don't think that's from any movie. I don't
I'm
think
just making that up.
you're making that up.
That's what he sounds like. So it's just a Matthew impersonation. I hope y'all can vividly imagine this. You know, picture, if you will.
Except for the fact that I wasn't actually talking to anybody but you.
He
There was
tell-
no you guys.
He was telling people to watch out.
There was nobody there.
But y'all, this area is gorgeous.
Oh, it sure is.
The only weekend we had off, we had not so good weather. It was cold and
Very
windy
cold.
and cloudy. And that leads me into the question, when we got to, you know, explore and stuff like that, it was busy, even on a bad day, first weekend in November. So I have to say, is there really a such thing as shoulder season? Have all of these gurus or whatever said, you know, if you want to visit the national parks, you need to go to shoulder season. So are all these people listening and they're showing up for shoulder season? Because we even had our friends, they went to Zion and they said it was a madhouse. So
yeah, and like the ranger station right here, they're fixing to turn the water off in another week or so because it's going to be too cold. I would say some of the gurus are right. Some of the RV gurus, you know, the old wisdom who's been around forever and ever and ever, y'all know who they are. I think some of them are right because it depends on the park. Around here, the weather is still tolerable enough. I don't see any snow. Even on the bad days, you can still find a place to go. So I'm going to say here there's no shoulder season. Maybe places like Yellowstone where it's really bad in the winter, maybe that's a shoulder season. You tell us.
Yeah, tell us, let us know. But we're also in the state of Utah where they have 5 national parks. I'm going to quiz y'all. Which state has the most national parks? I don't know. Is it Utah? They have 5.
I don't know.
That is an interesting question. I would like to know that. But yeah, I mean, even Bryce, when we left the Bryce area, it was snowing and people were still coming in. So I don't know. It's like Matthew said, it might depend on the park and how popular it is. They might have no shoulder seasons.
And how bad does the weather actually get?
Right. Kind of like the Smoky Mountains. I think you only have a short window to really go up there to visit. So
yeah, but people still pack it in. Gatlinburg, Sevierville, especially in the fall, Christmas time. You know who you are. You might not be RV camping, but the hotels stay busy.
And we want to know, what is your favorite national park, too, while we're on the subject of national parks.
Since we're surrounded by them, yeah.
All right, y'all. Seriously, it has been cold here, and we've gotten we got our propane tanks filled before we got here, and then in the middle of the week, our friend Rob took all of our propane tanks and got them filled. In fact, he got there just in time because the propane tank was out because there was a balloon festival.
Yep, and if you know anything about the hot air balloons, they use a lot of propane.
So they had taken all the propane, and then he was able to fill it back up. Side note, I'm gonna go on side note, we did drive into Page to look at the balloons, and we were gonna film it and show y'all, and they were gonna have a balloon globe. The weather ruined it. Like I said, that weekend the weather was
uncooperative,
really crappy. So back to the propane. So, yeah, Rob had got it filled, and then it came to be like, I think Thursday. Today's Saturday. So it was Thursday night. No, Thursday he was going to go fill everybody's propane again, and Matthew's like, I think we're okay. We'll just dip into the second tank if we have to. Well, it came to be nighttime, and we have those little Lippard, are they Lippard?
I think they're Lippard, wireless propane sensors. It looked like a thin hockey puck that slaps on the bottom of the tank.
So they tell us, you know, how much is left. Well, it got to be nighttime. It was 12%. I said, oh yeah, we're gonna make it. 12%.
I was unsure, but I went with positive Penelope over here.
Because he only runs one propane tank at a time. He doesn't have it set up to where when one doesn't want to work anymore, it automatically goes to the second one. And why is that?
Because this stinking system will not siphon every last drop or molecule of propane gas, whatever it is, y'all, out of the tank. And I'm serious now. It won't. We have a system where I can just leave it be as long as both tanks are open, and it'll decide when to switch it. It's not a smart system. I'm telling you, it leaves gas in the tank, and so I'm like, no, I'm one at a time.
So he was going to be...
And I don't like dipping into tank number 2 anyways.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to get to all of that in a minute. So I'm like, sure, there's no way we're going to run through 12% at night. I get up in the morning and it's 50. We have the heater set to 55 at night.
It was chilly.
It ran out. I'm like, I can't believe it. How do we go through 12% at night? So then he went out there, switched the tank, hooked it to our second one, and then came back in, checked the Lippard system. It still had 9%. It should not have ran out.
Now, the measurement's probably not exact, but still, that's just the way it is. I try to use every drop we can. And I like to refill the tank number 1 without ever having to touch the second one. The second one's for emergency. Well, right now we're at, I guess, DEFCON 12 or something because it's an emergency. We're using it.
So that leads me to what I said I was going to get back to. How many of y'all are like Matthew, which he should have sent our propane tank again with Rob and got it filled, because as soon as it gets low, he always wants that one filled. He never wants to tap into the second one. And who of y'all
There's
are
a lot
like
of people like me.
me, who is like, go ahead and tap into the second one, and then that way, when you make a trip, you're filling them both up, right?
2 is 1 and 1 is none. If you don't have extra, you're gonna run out. You're welcome. There's a lot of people like me out there. I've heard it. I've heard people. You can't hide from me.
So anyways, and then another note, y'all, just make sure you hook up your propane to where it can tap into the second tank, because 12% will not last you all night.
Not if you wanna stay alive.
Are y'all ready to go out?
You make me nervous.
Bam! What the peeps want to see unobstructed views. There, man, that is massive, y'all. All right, I'm backing y'all up. See, you can see the little slit they have.